So the Harley Quinn is a masked character that is from street theater.
It's crazy because you wouldn't really think nothing of this dance, It's just, oh, I'm being chaotic and fun as a Harley Quinn, but damn, this shit goes deeper than I ever thought it would go deep. So, okay, she's just doing her dances and stuff like that. She's wearing the black mask, as we're gonna get into. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, that scream was kind of wild, and this shit kind of looks like tomfoolery. I'm not gonna lie, but I guess that's the point. But damn, like I zoomed in so you guys could see the black mask just a little bit better. But wow, that they just turned this into something else. This video was from 12 years ago too. Obviously I can't get a video from fucking the 16th century or, the 18th and 19th century when France was doing its fuck shit. But, we're gonna get into, the stuff
That flourished in the 16th to the 18th century. Harley Quinn wore a half mask and was portrayed as a trickster, also servant, fool, and sometimes devilish. Harley Quinn's movements is very acrobatic, very exaggerated, and chaotic. Over time, this character evolved into a playful disorder. They tend to mock authority or disturb social order. The black mask didn't just cover a face, it symbolized a darkness, also deceit, mischief, and moral inferiority. Now, before we get into it, this wasn't about race explicitly at first. It was symbolic. But then when mocking black people and just making fun of black people and other races started to be cool, that's when the entire thing shifted into something else. It was first for symbolic purposes, for trickster, I'm chaotic, oh fun, and then it became something else. So the meaning of the mask changed quickly. So by the 17th and 19th century in Europe, the Harley Quinn performers will wear a black mask, blending comedic mischief, but with a twist. So this time we're going to make fun of black Africans and other enslaved figures. That's what we're going to do now for fun. Yup. White performers did. Yup. They said, fuck the whole symbolic shit. Fuck that. Let's go ahead and have some fun and make fun of these black Africans, these other enslaved figures. Yep, let's do that instead. That's so much more fun. That's so much better. Yes, let's do it. So they did that. So in France and British theaters decide, let's not put any more non-Europeans into our comedic performances. So these white people did this to mock them. They would script that these Africans or enslaved people they would basically pretend to be with these black masks, they're grammatically incorrect. They basically don't know how to speak proper pronounced words, often just gibberish. It would mock their perceived lack of intelligence or civilization. So these white people would make these characters very hyperactive. And once again, this is to mock black Africans and to mock other enslaved people, right? So they want to act hyperactive, clumsy, and loud.
It's really just crazy to me how they kept the whole African tribe, look how stupid they are, act. Like, look, they literally make this fucking character hit the drums with his ass. And these are supposed to be African tribes. And look how they depict them. It's just disgusting. Like, wow. And here is another cartoon called Jungle Jitters. There we go. Slapping his ass and hitting the drums. Like, this is just ridiculous. Just the most ridiculous thing I ever seen. Like, history just keeps repeating itself. They just continue to do the same shit.
As jokes, mimicking, mocking their perceived thoughts about how black Africans would act and other enslaved people. They would also do tribal and savage movements, just like in that cartoon. I just talked about Mickey Mouse, and they're doing the exact same shit using the drums. And they did this for the white masses, to appease the white masses, to make their fellow brethren laugh. These characters were often slaves, servants, or clowns, expected to amuse the masses of white people. So finally, when American blackface and minstrelsy would appear in early 1800s, it emerged from them, directly from these theatrical roots. Disgusting. Blackface, silly dancing, their dialect, servant costumes were already familiar to European people. So they pretty much just went on with it like it doesn't matter. And this was never stopped, by the way, because it was profitable. It was profitable to make fun of black people and other people who were enslaved. It was in the theater, it was in opera. Mocking black people was entertaining to them. The white people loved it. They never stopped going. It kept going. So that's why in the 1800s, the minstrelsy show started. This shit wasn't a new idea. They just kept doing the same shit they already knew. It was not a big deal to them. Like, oh yeah, like back when, yeah, let's keep going. Just gonna keep doing the same shit that was already going on, and that's what it is. Imagine living through that, like as a black person. Like this shit is normalized. Like these white people wearing these black masks to mock you and other enslaved people. The other. This was profitable for centuries. Centuries. Imagine living like that, knowing you're being mocked in a theater filled with racist white people just laughing at you. They're entertaining the white masses. They find that shit funny. It was profitable. It's exciting to them. It's exciting for these people to be racist and to mock black Africans. So, we all know who Harley Quinn is. Like, I like Harley Quinn. Like, we all know who Harley Quinn is, right? So when Harley Quinn stepped into the scene, right, in 1992, she's with Joker, Batman, all that, right? Her key traits are to be obedient, servant-like, chaotic, and hyperactive, used for comic relief. Yeah, I would say so. Like even in violent and abusive situations, she would be used for comic relief. She wears a red and black jester suit. We all know that, right? Mimicking the traditional look and even the black half mask. Huh. Wouldn't that mean that Harley Quinn is portraying the same thing that we just talked about? Like I'm literally giving you a history lesson about. If she's more like feminized and sexualized and she's not a person of color. They didn't make her black like they would do in those racist cartoons and make her act like that. But at the same time, these white performers would put on the white mask and mock black people for fun for the white masses. So I mean, She acts is pretty much the same as these white performers would act to mock black people, to mock black Africans and other enslaved people. So, she acts like this mischievous fool who exists to obey the Joker, amuse the Joker, entertain at her own expense. I wouldn't call Harley racist. No, I'm not doing that to my baby. But listen, her stuff comes from the same shit that they will be doing in Europe and in France, British theaters. Because remember, it started off way back when in the 16th century in Europe. It started off cool. It was symbolic. It was something else. And then it turned, for a long time, it turned into let's mock the black people. Let's mock the Africans. Let's mock the enslaved, the other. Yep. Let's make them talking gibberish. Oh, look, I'm a black person. Let me talk gibberish and you can't understand me. Oh, they don't understand European society. Understand shit. They're dumb as fuck. Like what? So he is a symbol of past racist mistakes. And it's sad because these racist white performers are the one that decided to say, you know what, we're gonna take the original symbolism and say, fuck that. Let's make fun of black Africans and other enslaved people. Let's just do that instead and make the black mask into something else.
Now, in this clip,
so they pretty much
Jerry decides to put on some polish on his face to do blackface to hide from Tom, because that was just the time back then. But, it's not like Harley Quinn did that and became, like, something else. And then, I still call this shit buffoonery because they really just added the racism in there and try to act like, oh, they're just trying to hide from Tom, haha. No.
Centuries, the meaning of the black mask was just turned into something else. It's just different. It's honestly sad. And Harley Quinn has the same character traits that these white racist performers would portray the others. Mocking black Africans, mocking other enslaved people. Like I said, Harley Quinn's more feminized. She's a white woman, so you're not gonna really think about that, even if you know your history. She's a white woman. They didn't do the same thing like these Disney cartoons would do, make her black, put her on the black mask, make her act like a fucking buffoon. But it's hidden, I guess. So Harley Quinn is built on layers, on being a spectacle, and what these twisted Europeans turned into blackface. Because honestly, this video wouldn't exist if they just kept the mask what it was supposed to be, just mischievous, symbolic in that way, like keep it clean. But they changed the meaning into now about blackface, and now I'm here talking about it. I wouldn't even be here talking about it if they didn't do that. So Harley Quinn mask means something different, at least to me as a African American woman. This video isn't for everybody to agree with, to be honest, because it's only really my concern because I'm an African American woman. Like, damn, like these racist white people really turned it into something disgusting. And now the black mask is symbolic for something else. It's sad, but Harley Quinn herself is not racist, but the mask symbolizes something different today. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.